Welcome to this video from Sutton Safeguarding Adults Board, where today we're diving into the importance of Section 117 of the Mental Health Act in safeguarding adults, a topic that is critical for safeguarding adults with support needs. We'll be unpacking what Section 117 is, why it matters, the challenges in practice, and lessons learned from safeguarding adult reviews, including real-life cases from Sutton. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this legal framework isn't just a bureaucratic requirement. It's a vital safeguard for adults with complex mental health needs. So, what exactly is Section 117? Originating from the Mental Health Act 1983, Section 117 applies to individuals detained in hospital under Section 3 of the Act. Section 117 of the Mental Health Act places a duty jointly on the local authority and NHS Integrated Care Board to provide aftercare services when people are discharged from the treatment section. This duty continues until a formal decision is made by the local authority and the NHS ICB in consultation with the person to end the duty. In many cases, the duty is lifelong. Aftercare under Section 117 of the Mental Health Act is intended to reduce the risk of relapse, avoid the need for readmission to hospital, promote recovery and independence, and provide continuity of care between hospital and community services. Aftercare can include any type of support or service related to, or arising from the person's mental ill health. Aftercare under Section 117 is individualized. Each person's plan should reflect their unique needs and circumstances. Aftercare support and planning is not limited to funded services. It's important to note, Section 117 isn't just about funding, it's about ensuring someone has the right support in place. Even if there's no money attached to the services, agencies are still legally obliged to plan, review, and coordinate aftercare. Aftercare is not just a few appointments here and there. Section 117 aftercare covers everything a person might need to reduce the risk of relapse or readmission to hospital. This can include medication and treatment, supported accommodation, social care support, psychological therapies, employment, education support, practical help, for example, finances, daily living, and it should be noted that there will be no charge for any support provided as part of aftercare. You might be wondering which ICB and local authority holds the Section 117 aftercare duty. Well, Section 117 of the Mental Health Act places a joint duty on the local authority and ICB to provide aftercare support when people are discharged from a treatment section. The relevant ICB is the one for the person's GP when first detained. The relevant local authority is the one where the person resided when last detained. This means that while ICB responsibility does not move, the responsible local authority can change if the person moves to a different borough and is then again detained. Identifying where the Section 117 duty sits can be a complicated endeavor, particularly if someone has been detained or moved frequently. Think of it as a safety net that spans both health and social care, designed to prevent deterioration and promote recovery. What good looks like in Section 117 arrangements. Regular reviews are essential. Without them, gaps can appear, leading to people missing the support they need. Furthermore, joint working between health and social care, person-centered planning with the individual and carers, documented care plans with reviews, good communication and dispute resolution mechanisms between agencies, and monitoring outcomes and safeguarding risks proactively, are all examples of good practice when it comes to Section 117. Now we've seen when Section 117 goes right, but what can go wrong? Challenges often arise, such as misunderstandings about eligibility, disputes between local authority and NHS about who pays leading to delays in care, failures to review needs regularly, poor record keeping meaning that service users are lost in the system, charging individuals wrongly for Section 117 services, and a lack of safeguarding response when care arrangements break down. The Sutton SAR review of Michael and Janet found failures in multi-agency collaboration, missed signs of self-neglect, inconsistent application of Section 117 aftercare. This review shows that without clear protocols, joint working, and timely assessments, adults with complex mental health needs are at risk of harm or self-neglect. Both had complex care needs and signs of self-neglect. Agencies weren't sharing information effectively and aftercare needs under Section 117 were not identified and addressed. Robust aftercare arrangements might have mitigated some of the safeguarding concerns. Why is Section 117 important in the context of safeguarding? Well, 1. It prevents relapse and protects adults who may be at risk from harm. And 2. Learning from SARS and homicide reviews across the country has highlighted direct safeguarding implications in a number of cases. Breakdowns in aftercare can increase risk of relapse of mental health, which may increase vulnerability to abuse, exploitation, neglect, self-neglect or service failure, homelessness, violence or offending behavior. As practitioners and professionals, we should always be striving to improve our practices. Here is a list of a few ways we can do this with regard to Section 117. Be alert to people who may have forgotten right to 117 aftercare support. Early collaborative discharge planning when people leave hospital. Working with partner agencies including the third sector to coordinate aftercare support. Linking person to advocacy support, including independent mental health advocates to help. At its core, Section 117 is about preventing harm, promoting recovery and safeguarding the most vulnerable. It's a safety net designed to prevent relapse and promote recovery. Your role as a practitioner. Know when Section 117 applies. Escalate if disputes delay support. Involve the person, carers, advocates. Record safeguarding concerns clearly. Work in partnership with health colleagues. And finally, keep safeguarding at the center of aftercare discussions. In Sutton, we have good partnership arrangements between the Council's Adult Social Care Mental Health Team, the ICB Mental Health Commissioners, and South West London and St George's Mental Health Trust. Work has been ongoing to strengthen these arrangements and to improve the support offered to individuals who are entitled to Section 117 aftercare. We are month-on-month increasing the number of joint NHS, Council reviews of people's Section 117 aftercare support, leading to more joined-up plans that are tailored to people's needs. The next few slides will explore 2 case vignettes. These underscore the points made in this video about the importance and impact of our Section 117 aftercare practice on people's well-being, quality of life and safety. Case example 1. When things go wrong. David, 55, lives alone and has schizophrenia. He was detained under Section 3 of the Mental Health Act after a relapse linked to medication non-compliance. On discharge, the Mental Health Trust did not invite the LA Social Services to attend a discharge planning meeting, and David was discharged without reference to his Section 117 aftercare arrangements. Limited follow-up was provided by a mental health nurse. What happened as a result of this? David began having difficulty in managing his day-to-day living arrangements and budgeting. His tenancy was at risk because no housing support was arranged. 6 months later, rent arrears led to eviction proceedings. A neighbor raised a safeguarding concern when David stopped eating and attending appointments. Let's have a look at what the practice failings were here. The Section 117 duty was not identified or recorded. There was a lack of coordination between NHS and local authority. There was no advocacy, review, or continuity of care. And there was a missed opportunity to prevent deterioration, creating new safeguarding issues. This led to an outcome where David was readmitted to hospital under crisis conditions. A later safeguarding inquiry found systemic failure of legal literacy around Section 117 responsibilities. Now let's have a look at our second case example. When things go right. Amira, 42, has bipolar disorder. She was detained under Section 3 of the Mental Health Act 1983 during a severe manic episode. After 6 weeks in hospital, the ward arranged a joint discharge meeting including Amira, her sister, the social worker, community mental health nurse, housing officer, and a local voluntary group. What happened? A Section 117 aftercare plan was co-produced before discharge. The plan covered medication management, supported housing, budgeting help, and reconnection with her part-time college course. A named care coordinator and GP link were agreed. The plan was reviewed at 6 weeks and 6 months, with Amira fully involved. When Amira's landlord later increased rent, the housing officer liaised quickly to move her into an affordable tenancy, preventing crisis. The good practice features here include legal duty recognized and recorded as Section 117. Multi-agency collaboration with clear accountability. Focus on well-being, recovery, and social inclusion. advocacy offered and accepted, as well as regular review and documentation. The outcome of this good practice is that Amira remained well, resumed study, and avoided readmission. The agencies demonstrated both CARE Act safeguarding principles, empowerment, prevention, partnership, and full compliance with Section 117 aftercare. To recap, Section 117 aftercare is a joint duty between NHS and local authorities designed to support individuals leaving hospital and to keep them as well as possible. SARS and case reviews show us where things go wrong and, more importantly, how we can do better. If you're a practitioner, advocate or carer, understanding Section 117 and its role in safeguarding is essential. Stay informed, stay curious, and keep safeguarding at the heart of care. Here are some clickable links to some references and further reading. Thank you for watching. This video was written by Steph Diffie, and designed and produced by Paris Spooner.